بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله على مولانا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما. ما زلنا مع مولانا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. We've covered the zawaj of Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam min Sayyidatina Khadija radiyallahu anha, the marriage of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We said that he was 25 according to the scholars, the majority of the scholars, and that Khadija radiyallahu ta'ala anha was 40, even though there are serious contestation by some of the scholars regarding the age of Khadija radiyallahu ta'ala anha. And Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala chose the best women for the best of all men, the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the fadl does not need to be talked about. وكيف يصح بالأذهان شيء إذا احتاج النهار إلى دليله. Nahar, daylight, doesn't need proof. You don't need proof to come out and tell people it's daylight. When you're outside, you know it's daylight. That's why the fadl of the Holy Prophet ﷺ doesn't need proof. Everybody knows it. As for Mawlatuna Khadija radiyallahu ta'ala anha, Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala gave her particularities which He gave to no other woman. Number one, she is the first woman Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala chose for His Holy Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam to be his wife. And I told you how good she was and respectful, dignified, respected in the hearts of the people of Quraysh, her status in Quraysh. So that particularity to be the wife and the first wife of the Holy Prophet ﷺ is given to no other woman but Sayyidatuna Khadija radiyallahu anha. Number two, during the time she was with the Prophet ﷺ, the Prophet ﷺ never had another wife. For 25 years, she was the only one with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And if you were to look at the lifetime or the marriage lifetime of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, his marital life, the biggest part of it was for Sayyidatuna Khadija radiyallahu ta'ala anha. The Prophet ﷺ, how long did he live? How many years? 63 years. And until the age of 50, he was with no one but with Khadija radiyallahu anha. And only for 10 years or 13 years, all the others, only 10 years, they will all share in the life of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And one of the particularities of Sayyidatuna Khadija is that she is the mother of all the children of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam except for Ibrahim. She is the mother of Zainab. Zainab is the oldest. And I would command you to read life of Zainab. It's one of the most beautiful seerah you can ever read. And her relationship with her husband, Abul Asi was her cousin and her husband. They actually had 2 children from their marriage, Ali and Umama. Ali and Umama. The Prophet ﷺ loved them. Umama will later on be married to Sayyidina Ali ibn Abi Talib after the passing of Fatima. Because Fatima wanted that. Because she was the closest niece or person to her, and she left small children. She needed care for them. So she said to Sayyidina Ali, after my death, marry my niece, Umama. And the second child of the Holy Prophet ﷺ from Sayyidah Khadija is Al-Qasim. That's the firstborn boy. That's why the Holy Prophet ﷺ used to be called the Abu al-Qasim. For 2 reasons he was called the Abu al-Qasim. 1, because his firstborn was Qasim. 2, because he is Al-Qasim. The one who distributes. He says Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala is Mu'ti, is the giver. Innama ana qasim. As for I am the distributor. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And then comes Sayyidatuna Ruqayya. Then after comes Sayyidatuna Kulthum. Ruqayya and Kulthum, they were married to 2 sons of Abu Lahab, their uncle, Utbah and Utaybah. But because of the adawa, the hatred he had for the Prophet ﷺ in his heart, he ordered them to divorce them and to actually insult the Holy Prophet ﷺ in front of him, to disrespect him. After Allah Ta'ala revealed the Tabbat Yada Abi Lahab. And he was the one who started it. Because when the Prophet ﷺ called people to Islam, he is the one who said, Tabban laka sa'ir al-yawm, alihada da'awtana. He insulted the Prophet ﷺ publicly, disrespected him, did everything to fail him. Alayhi salatu wasalam. But to see the context here, marrying them did not mean that they went to Abu Lahab's house or to these youngsters' house, because in their culture, one would marry one very early, but one would stay home until they become a woman, so that they can go to their husband's house. So Utbah and Utaybah, they never consumed their marriages, because these were kids and they lived with their father. They were officially married, but they were waiting for them to grow up so that they could go to their husband's home. Just like Sayyidatuna Aisha, when she met the Prophet ﷺ, she never went to the Prophet's place. She was in her father's place in Makkah until after the hijrah that she moved into Prophet ﷺ's house. So that you know the context. And that still happens in our country. There are people who still do that. Especially the Fulani people, they do that. They marry you at very early age. After this, the Prophet ﷺ married Ruqayya to Sayyidina Uthman, radiyallahu ta'ala anhuma. It is said that it was one of the most beautiful couples, the couple of Uthman and Ruqayya. Why? They are both related to the Holy Prophet ﷺ. Ruqayya is the daughter of the Prophet ﷺ. Uthman is the cousin of the Prophet ﷺ in his both sides, in his mother's side and in his father's side, because his mother's side is from Hakim al-Bayda, the twin sister of Abdullah. The twin sister of Abdullah is the grandmother of Uthman ibn Affan, is the mother of Uthman. And in his father's side, he meets with the Prophet ﷺ at Al-Mughira, who is Abdul Manaf. لقبنا عفان في مغيرة وعتيقا عند مرة ذاروقا بكعبهم. And Ruqayya will have with Usman a child by the name of Abdullah. And Abdullah will die young. Ruqayya herself will die right after the Battle of Badr. Because of her sickness, Sayyidina Uthman couldn't attend Badr. But he is counted as one of the Badr people. Why? Because the Prophet ﷺ ordered him to stay home, take care of Ruqayya. When they were coming back from Badr, Ruqayya passed. And Abdullah soon after passed. Uthman's firstborn was Amr, but he loved to be called Abu Abdullah because of Abdullah, who is related to the Prophet ﷺ's daughter, actually to the Prophet ﷺ himself. After the passing of Ruqayya, the Prophet ﷺ married him his other daughter, Kulthum. And Kulthum will pass later on. Because of this, Uthman is known as Dhul Nurayn, the one with the two lights, because he is the only one known in history who has married two daughters of a prophet. Ruqayya and Kulthum. But Kulthum did not have a child. And the fifth child is Fatima. Yes, Fatima was married to Ali radiyallahu ta'ala anhu soon after Badr, and they would have 5 children, 3 boys and 2 girls. But only the 2 boys are famous, Hassan and Hussein. Even some people think they are twins, but they're not. Hassan is 1 year older than Hussein. It is said that Sayyidina Ali named Hassan Harb, and the Prophet ﷺ said, he's beautiful, let's name him Hassan. And as a child, Harb, no, he's beautiful, let's name him Hussein. Hussein is that the small, beautiful one. Hassan is the beautiful. Hussein is Tasghir Hassan. And the third one, Harb, no, it's Muhassan. And Muhassan didn't live for long. And the 2 daughters, one is Kulthum. Kulthum was the one who was married later on to Sayyidina Umar ibn al-Khattab radiyallahu ta'ala anil jamia. As for the 6th child was Abdullah. Many people think of Fatima is the youngest, but no, Abdullah is younger than Fatima. Abdullah is Tayyib. He is also known as Tahir, the pure and the good and the pure. And the 7th child of the Prophet ﷺ is Ibrahim, who was born in Medina from Sayyidatuna Maria. As for the boys, some scholars, they said that none of them reached the year 2. They all died at 16th month, they said. I don't know what is the secret. And Allah Ta'ala says, مَا كَانَ مُحَمَّدٌ أَبَا أَحَدٍ مِّن رِجَالِكُمْ. Muhammad is the father of none of your men, meaning he would not leave a man after him as his child. But he considered Hassan and Hussein as his own children. That's why when he talked to them, he said, Inna bni haza sayyid, my son, this son of mine is a sayyid. Talking to Sayyidina Hassan ibn Sayyidina Ali, predicting that Hassan will be the one who will put back together the two groups of Muslims who were in big fitna. Maybe we'll talk more about that, but they are all from Sayyidah Khadija. That's why you will see that beautiful hadith in which Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala is giving him salam, is giving her salam and promising her that house in Jannah. Allah didn't say palace, he said house. Why? Because she is the mother of Ahlul Bayt. She is the asl of Ahlul Bayt. All the Ahlul Bayt come from her. Because Ahlul Bayt, no one that is known today from the Prophet ﷺ lineage is there except that they are from Khadija. Because they are either from Hassan or Hussein, and they are both from Fatima, and Fatima is from Khadija radiallahu ta'ala anha. She is the first one who believed in the Prophet ﷺ. People, they say that the first woman who believed was Khadija, the first adult was Abu Bakr, the first young man or youth or child was Ali, the first freed slave was Bilal. But the first one ever who believed in the Prophet ﷺ was Khadija. It is said that when Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala appointed him as a prophet, the first prayer he prayed was Fajr prayer. So Allah Ta'ala appointed him as a prophet on Monday. That Fajr he prayed with Khadija, they said. One will tell you, well, Salah was made obligatory at Laylatul Isra wal Mi'raj. But before that, the Prophet ﷺ used to pray, they say, twice a day. But not only was she the first one who believed, but she did not even hesitate. When the Prophet ﷺ arrived and told her what he saw, the first thing she ever said was, by Allah, la yukhzik Allah abadan. Allah Ta'ala, I swear by God that God will never disgrace or shame you. Why? You join ties of relationship. You speak the truth. You bear people's burden. You give the destitute or to the destitute. You entertain guests and you help against the nawaib al-haq, the difficulties which affect people. I will maybe share with you that beautiful hadith. But it comes to my mind this saying of Ibn al-Qayyim rahmatullah alayhi, من خواص خديجة رضي الله تعالى عنها أنها لم تسؤه قط ولم تغاضبه قط ولم ينلها منه إيلاء ولا عتب ولا قط ولا هجر. Nothing that will displease the Prophet ﷺ has never come from Khadija. Can you imagine you are with a woman for 25 years and they have never said something bad or wrong to you, but not even a gesture that will hurt never came from Khadija to the Holy Prophet ﷺ. And this is the witness of the Prophet ﷺ, that Khadija has never hurt him, not in words, not in action, or even in gesture. Lam tasu'hu qat. This is unbelievable. Not even a gesture. You are with a woman in 25 hours, maybe they will do thousands of gestures.
Because you're not a prophet and she's not Khadija.
So Khadija is Khadija. That's why when the Prophet ﷺ talked about the best women, he said that they are Khadija, Maryam bint Imran, Asiya bint Muzahim, and Fatima bint Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It is taking too long, and this hadith I want to really talk about it in details. Why Allah Ta'ala mentioned that the Bayt He's going to give Khadija, there is no sakhab in it, or there is no ta'ab in it. Because Khadija has never raised her voice over the Prophet ﷺ, and she never tired the Holy Prophet ﷺ. They never caused him a problem. We'll talk inshallah more about it tomorrow. Sallallahu ala Sayyidina Muhammad. Ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Barakallahu fikum.